Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Come sit, honey.
I'm coming sit, then I'll get up and get coffee when the pot's a little fuller.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna...
You're gonna be a bandit?
You're a bandit.
A little tighter. I could use it as a mask.
It's the flock bandit.
It's a flock bait. There you go. I like that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Here we are.
Flock around the table.
Yeah.
It's Sunday, August 9th.
Oh, 9th. Okay. It's the 9th.
Okay. And we're here in Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm Micah.
Sue.
And Deb. And we're flocking around our table for our Sunday morning get-together chat.
Our
Yeah.
7th episode.
Number 7.
Number
That's
7.
pretty good.
Is that a magical number?
Did you guys catch the
I started, but I didn't finish it. I'm one of the 10-minuters on 6.5.
No, then you would have cut the whole thing. Did you catch the point? Oh, the 0.5. Did you catch the 0.5?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was on my to-do list this week.
As a matter of fact, I watch my YouTube on my television, and
Did it just come up?
it just pops right up, and there's Sue looking at me, and I'm thinking, what the hell?
I need to put it on the TV. I think I would do better when I.
Oh yeah, it makes
TV.
it really nice because I can't like and subscribe. I had to do that on my phone,
Right.
which is fine. But yeah, it's fun to watch.
I have yet to put my big old noggin up on my big screen.
Well,
yeah.
I was at Tim's house, my son and daughter-in-law's house, and they have this big, huge television, and I suspect we looked like,
Yeah, well,
larger than life.
Have I told you guys the story when we were building this place? I told Jamie I get to pick out all of the aesthetically pleasing things, the the paint color and cabinets and all that. He got to deal with the electronics. So I said, you have all that. So he ordered this TV for this room. Mm-hmm. And it's really funny when you're building a house and you have the bones of it up and you're in and you're looking and the room does not look as big as what it ends up being. Mm-hmm. So when we're at the store, I said, well, we have to walk 25 feet away from it to see if the TV is okay for the space. And that's what we did. So he ordered this 65-inch TV. And the first week we were in, I'm standing on the other side of the island here, and I go, you could have gone bigger. Yeah. So
Wow.
So he was like, I had the 70-inch one too, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
he doesn't regret it though because he got a really good deal on this one. So
good. Tim and Carolyn have a big old TV in their living room, and their living room is not as big as yours. So
yeah, you're closer. You're closer,
but you can read all the writing. You can read all of the little blurbs.
Yeah, but you could also see all of our other imperfections and everything else when you're up on the TV.
But not
not
there
us.
aren't many. Some people would have.
I was watching. They had an infomercial on, and they were using that spray on makeup.
Oh yeah,
and everybody looked just stunning, except that the minute they smiled, it was going to. And who wants to spend that much time spray painting on your face? It just didn't appeal to me at all.
None either.
I don't do it.
No.
So, but I had a good visit, and I need to tell my grandson Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Well, hi, Ryan.
There's a story behind that, and if you know Ryan, you can ask him.
Next time I run into him on the street.
Yeah, you'll see him because he's like 18 feet tall.
Yeah.
You'll notice with bright red hair on top.
Cool.
So
awesome.
Cool.
He's hard to miss.
Alrighty.
He's hard to miss. And then I have
another Ron Howard.
Yes. Then I have a granddaughter who is beautiful and smart and athletic.
Sort of like fellows.
Like me.
Like Grandma, yeah. I was just
in my dreams.
Grandma kind of got the whole tune in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're
it's
great
funny
fun.
I have a niece that's 20. I mean, I have a couple of nephews, but they're big age gap. You know what I mean? Madison is born to my youngest sister, and she's 11 years younger than I am. So there's a big age gap between my brother's kids and, and every once in a while she'll sit next to my mom, and you see something of my mom in her. You know what I mean? And then you kind of look, and she'll sit next to my my Gail, the next one down, who looks a lot like my father. And then you'll see the father thing in, and then, you know, or she'll sit next to her grandfather, her dad's dad. And it's funny to just kind of go, whoa, now I see that family member in them. Whereas, you know, most of the time it's just when she does something, I'm like, oh, that's so Beth. You know, it's like, she looks like Beth because she did something Beth Ann does, or she did something that her dad would do, or made, you know, so, but it's weird every once in a while to do that. She was, she couldn't have been much, not even a year, when the boys, my brother's boys came down, and they took a picture of her, and they've got these two big hulks, and they got the big genes. Because the one played for University of Michigan, and the other one's in the military, and they're huge. I mean, they're tall. The military one's is a bean bowl, and the other guy was a linebacker, so he's, you know. Yeah. And then they're holding this teeny tiny little, 1-year-old in between them. Then you see the family resemblance, and then it's like, holy cow, she looks like she belongs to them. And that was kind of neat to see. You know what I mean? I would imagine as a grandma, that's kind of fun to watch too.
It is, and it's funny when we get my extended family together, because we have a very strong red-headed gene that I have cousins with red hair and cousins with children with red hair, and I had 2 redheads. I still have them. And then Ryan,
you haven't gotten rid of them.
I haven't gotten rid of them. They still like me. And then my grandson has gorgeous red hair.
Yeah. Did you have red highlights?
You had red hair when I met you.
Well, you too could have red hair the way I had red hair.
Like
it was
mine.
Mine was just, it was more blonde when I was a kid, but that was more because I was out in the sun a lot. Yeah. So it was.
So did you have like strawberry blonde hair naturally?
Probably.
Yeah. I had a lighter brown because of the sun more than anything. You know what I mean? We were outside even in the winter. You know, if it wasn't 25 below with a wind chill of 90 below, we were thrown outside to play. You know,
yeah.
If you found something to do, you
went
in
at
the
25
garage.
below, we were thrown outside to play.
Well, you were in Minnesota, so that's
it was always 25 below.
It was always, I
think. But my mom was a beautician, and so about the time I was probably 14 or 15, we started coloring my hair, streaking it, and one summer I used, I told you about mixing peroxide and shampoo together, and I shampooed with it all the time, and I had, the ends of it were just all but white, and then of course it just gradually got darker, and Mother took one look at me after she came back from a vacation and said, oh my God, we have to do something about that hair. It was like, you're bad advertisement for me.
I remember backwards. Cause I used to do a lot of perms because I have no body and I have very thin hair and everything. So we did a lot of perms, and I remember.
So put all those chemicals on there. So
yes, which even helps. Yeah, but I mean, seriously, Mom would do them at home, and it would be one of these. You know what I mean? It was, yeah. But I felt like I needed to have that because that gave it some body.
Yeah.
You know, it looks great when you get up. You know how you do that? You get up and you're in the bathroom, you're getting ready to go somewhere, and you're like, hey, I don't look too bad today. I mean, if you do the makeup, everything, the minute you walk downstairs and you go outside, the humidity and everything goes, I just, why did I bother?
Exactly. I would walk outside and it would just curl right up.
Yeah.
So
mine went straight, yours curled, so that's And
Sue and I have the curls.
Has this amazing thick hair.
She has bushels of hair.
Yeah, I would, if they could come up with a way where I could donate hair
at a shorter length.
What do you mean, like grow it out and then?
No.
Lots of love.
That's lots of love. That's cutting it off. No. I want.
I
want to actually donate some of my hair, my whole follicle onto you. I will gladly donate a quarter of my hair to you.
There you go. Cool. I can handle that. Yeah. Any color wouldn't make any difference.
Because there's the colorant for that. We can get it.
Yeah, we can get. I can deal with that.
We can get it the right color.
But I do have little fuzzies, kind of like it's growing. She gives me this stuff that makes it thicker and is supposed to stimulate it. So I think if I did go into one of those hair replacement, things, I think I might regenerate some, because every once in a while I get the little short fuzzy things in there. I don't think it'll.
You should try.
I should try it.
You should try it.
Yeah.
You should try it.
That should be my cosmetic event, because it's much cheaper.
But then what are you going to do with you? Does it really make that much difference?
I want to be
A tummy
Cher.
tuck?
I want to
A
be
tummy
Cher.
tuck?
You just said a tummy tuck.
No.
Didn't she? She did just say a tummy tuck.
Whatever.
She said a tummy tuck, and then you referred to it.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about doing
The hair. If
She
I
squirrels.
did the hair.
All the time.
See, I'm high voltage.
Squirrel.
I'm high voltage.
Okay, well, I was still talking about hair.
Okay, if I do the hair, I would like to just once be able to go, what?
Yeah, the
What?
Cher thing.
I want to be able to get up and go, oh, it's just not a good hair day, and just take and put it in the ponytail and go bopping around, but I can't do that. Never have, probably never will. I did once when I had one of those falls, but you could tell it was a fall back in the, in high school. My high school senior picture actually has me with longer hair, but it was a fall. It has the hairband here and then the hair right here, and if you get if it's too much of a color, if you look at the black and white picture, you can't tell, but the color picture you can definitely tell. But you got to remember that was X number of years ago, back then. So the falls and those things aren't really good. So anyway.
Well, I don't know. Never mind. I won't bring that up.
Okay. Anyway, so what are we up to today, guys? What are we doing? Oh, you're doing your.
I am. I'm on double points. I know I said I would probably have it done, and if I wasn't such a slug, I probably would have had it done.
And
But
she wasn't playing that dragon game.
I know that damn dragon game. Yeah, so I'm now to the point where I can't have it in my purse.
Right. Now it's to the point you have to
now
be
dangerous.
Now it's to the point where I actually have to finish it so that I can start another one.
So
What is that yarn?
I have no idea. This was pre-flocked around the table. It was I just stashed it. I don't know. There was no tag.
I really like that.
And because I think this was even donated into
from your fiddle-bit thing.
for my fiddle-bit thing.
Yeah.
But there was enough of it where I could actually make a whole hat. So I'm not going to use something.
Now this is a separate ball, isn't it?
That's
This is where I was helical. So you'll.
Yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I did helical in the middle,
Gotcha.
so that you have that sort of like stripe in the middle where it's a darker stripe in the middle.
Right.
And then I thought this is going to look out of proportion, disproportionate if I continue with the helical. So I stopped helical, and now I'm just back to this gradient. Which I'm sorry, guys, I don't know what yarn it is.
It's just a stash or diver thing. It's those things
Yeah.
that we get from somebody. Well, and for a while there you were, because you were doing
I'm
a fiddle
doing
bit.
Blanket.
And now you're doing
I
the
still
blanket.
have
Right.
the blanket going, so
Right.
I use fiddle bits for that.
Right. And we had what lady we did every time I finished something, I had fingering. One of the girls, Carol, she was doing that blanket. I always, when I would get done, I would pull off the 15 yards.
Like 15 yards for
and
her
I would
squares.
do her 15-yard thing,
Yeah.
and then I'd roll it up, and I think I probably have a few. I should probably take them into Katie and say, hey, if Carol comes in.
You know what? I was going to ask Katie about her when I was in there, and I just totally spaced it.
Hi, Carol, if you're over there. Sorry, just thought I'd talk to you. Boy, you are really tan this week. You've been outside. Look. She's really tan. Look at her.
I'm almost always.
Well, yeah, you do anyway.
It's my grandma. My grandma comes out in me.
Okay.
Yeah. I have darker skin to begin with. So
That's true.
Well, that's true.
You're not as fair.
yeah.
So
And yeah. And
Anyway.
it's been beautiful outside. So
it has been. This is nice. Today it's going to be warmer.
I have to. I have a couple of things that I need to chitty chat about.
Little minette stuff here.
So Dawn from Frivolous and Frugal. She said that she loved Kissy. I didn't know if
She did get a hold of me.
K-E-S-S?
Did she?
Yes.
So she said she loves it, and she says thanks for enabling, because she already put it in her queue for doing.
That was last. I still have it with me if you want to see it again. You want to see it? Sure.
Why not?
It's really pretty.
It is very pretty.
I like the way it photographed it. That little.
The wave.
The wave was
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Here
So,
it is again, and it's Cassie, Kesssi.
Oh, sorry, Kessy.
And
I
it's
said Kissy.
Tammy
Gore,
Gore.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Nicely done.
Yeah.
yeah, Dawn from Frivolous and Frugal, Frugal and Frivolous.
Frivolous and frugal.
I think Dawn is the frivolous one. Anyway, she contacted me about the yarn that I used, which was Savvy Skeins.
Savvy Skeins.
Yeah, and then the dark green was just stash yarn. So,
Right. But I mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
I communicated that with her.
right,
Cool.
right. And the other thing, I had a lull at work, and it just happened to be at the same time that our favorite bat bra lady.
Hi, Barbara Nix.
Hi, Barbara. she put out a new video, and it was a very interesting topic, and so I wanted to ask you ladies what she asked. I'm sure you guys didn't catch the video, so
No, I haven't. It's
You
on
might
my
have.
it's on my list to my watch
Because
list.
I watched her yesterday.
Did you watch her?
Yeah.
Okay, so her question was, or her topic of that was, are you a process or a product knitter? And the product meaning like you see a sweater and you have to have that sweater, and the end result is that sweater.
Okay.
That is what I need.
Okay.
And the only way you can do it is to knit it.
Okay.
The process knitter is it doesn't matter what you make, you just like the process of knitting. That's kind of in a nutshell. And there's a whole spectrum, right? Or
In
a
between,
whole,
right.
or a whole, yeah. So
Right.
you can fall anywhere on that line. I don't want to say spectrum because that's.
I think I must be a process knitter because once I get something done, I put it aside
And it doesn't matter.
no,
And you don't necessarily go, see, I was thinking that about you.
yeah.
But you still,
I'm
you will still go, oh, that's a pretty shawl. I want to make that shawl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like.
But you don't end up finishing that. You don't, when you finish that shawl, it
Then I'm
doesn't,
done with it.
You're done with it. It doesn't necessarily
Get
have
worn.
to go for a round.
right. Isn't it like Tori where she will wear it and wear it and wear it and wear it? And
Yeah.
wear it? You know what I mean? It's like
But she doesn't go through the
Right.
process of making it. She puts that on me.
okay. I would say on a very rare occasion, I'm the one where I'll see it and it's like, oh my God, I got to have it and I'll wear it. I remember last fall we did that Taste of Autumn. I fell in love with it. I did it more in Halloween colors than what most people did. And I can't wait. Now I can't wait until like the
Till
end
you
of
can wear
September
it.
to October because I
Right.
finally blocked it and that. So I think in that sense. But as a rule, I'm more in the middle. I'm more into getting the information to do it and getting the stuff to do it, but not necessarily
Leave the
ever doing it. Leave the doing it to somebody else. And my husband accuses me that. And
So you're the product, but you don't want to go through the process to get the product.
Right. I'm kind of in the product stage because I just enjoy having it and looking and thinking, oh my God, this is going to be mittens someday, and I can't wait until I get to that. And then I'll find a pattern for a hat and think, oh my God, that red stuff I was going to make for the mittens is now going to go in my hat, you know. And I may then put it in the hat, and I'll love it, and because everything I make, that moment is my most favorite in the whole world. I mean, I can't believe. I mean, this is the most favorite hat I've ever made in my entire life. I just think it's just so, you know, because it's finished and it's done and it looks like the pattern. So I guess
There
So-
you go.
I initially answered her just being me and saying that I'm a product knitter. I like,
Yeah.
I want, and I like it when it's done.
right.
But
It's a love-hate relationship in the middle.
I think I lean probably more towards, on that line, I think I probably go a little bit more towards the process. I'm going to amend my answer
Okay.
because I've never gone, ooh, that sweater, I have to make that sweater, and I'm going to make that sweater. Or I love this shawl, I'm going to make this shawl.
Right.
And I rarely ever make the things that I do. So I either give them away or I sell the things that I do.
Yeah.
So to me, it's more like
The process of
Of
knitting,
just knitting
and keeping busy
and just
doing-
knitting and having something to knit on,
I just
no
get
matter where I am.
I just get pleasure out of looking at that pile of brand new yarn laying on my coffee table. And
So yours is the shopping.
well, maybe that's it. but I feel it a lot. I walk around and go, oh, this is going to be so nice. Oh, feel this one over here. I got some Surrey this week that I will have to bring in. Although it's a funky color. I'm not sure why I ordered that color, but oh my God, does it feel like.
Pretty good, huh?
Oh, yes.
Heaven.
Cool.
Deb and I, you will notice, are kind of matching.
Yes, we are.
And we are going to talk a bit about one of our independent dyers that's from...
That was fantastic. You didn't get any of her. I was gonna ask her if she needed help, but my hands are just toast. I can't. She had the best face. Yeah.
You probably thought these people in your ear were probably
Actually,
thinking
we
I'm
need to
reacting
scooch
it
just a
to
little
you.
bit. She
Oh,
is
yeah,
like
she is.
almost got a
Okay.
friend.
I'm in.
Scooch a little.
Oh, all right.
Me?
Yeah, you scooch a little. There
You're
we go.
fine.
Wait a
We're
minute.
scooch.
All right.
Okay, wait. Let me get my
We
cup
wouldn't
out.
want you to.
That's okay. I'm gonna get
Oh.
coffee in a minute.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
Sam.
Oh, now me too. So that feels good.
And I know.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Okay.
there's a local dyer here in Indiana, dyers, called Brenda and Heather. And Deb and I are both wearing samples of their yarn that they dye. And this is a, oh, come on, what kind of yarn is it?
Fingering.
No,
Soft yarn.
it is fingering, but it's,
Watermelon.
it is called Slice of Summer. And you can see it looks like watermelon. Now, Deb's, I put some extra green in it, and Deb did not.
No.
Hers is just straight.
This is the way it came. It came as a set with the green being for what the sock. Is it the heel and the toe?
The heel and toe.
And so.
Oh, is it a mini skein?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a mini skein of
and
green.
it was attached to it. So that was the one that came with this, and I can't remember what the name of the green is. I could probably look it up because it does have a name to it. But mine is Fringed Bandana, which calls for more of a worsted DK type weight, and I use fingering. And you were supposed to, the way you make it, you fringe this down here, but I didn't fringe it yet, and I don't think I'm gonna. I kind of like it the way it is.
I kind of like it the way it is.
So I think
It looks like a slice of watermelon.
yeah, it does, and it goes really nice with white. And I had the white shirt hanging on the closet, and I didn't reach for it this morning because I got my high voltage T-shirt in the mail, and I wanted to wear it. So, but it looks okay, and you can wear it up or down, or
Yeah.
Marcia made it, and we had a whole bunch of us that made it, and I think
I've made that
I think it was with the Millie Ford.
4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it goes really quick, and you sew it, you do it this way.
You can't translate that on.
Anyway,
it's called the Fringed Bandana.
and I believe it's a free download on Ravelry. And I just used the separate, and I really liked it. The same number of stitches and everything, except I used fingering instead
of worsted. I think is what the pattern calls.
But
yeah,
and then yours is.
I really don't know what the pattern is. I have to confess, but it is just.
It's a nice shawl.
It's just a little asymmetrical shawl, and what's really interesting about it is the way this knits up, and it looks like a watermelon.
It does. It really does. It looks like a slice of summer.
Yeah.
And the slice of summer. It really is great. Every show that I've seen them at, they always have it. It's on their website.
It's on their website, and you'll put
I'll put their
the
link
website
on.
on.
Yep.
They've got some new
It's
gradients. It's Bah, B-A-H.
Yeah.
Brenda and Heather.
Yeah.
They've got some new gradients that are really, really pretty. Some pineapple, and you got a hibiscus over there.
Yeah, I do. I'll bring it
And
over.
if you look on their website, you'll see the yarn itself, and then you'll see the pattern that it will knit into.
Party like a pineapple. That's what it's called.
In addition,
Really
they've got
cute.
some really great self-striping yarn that, as you look at the tags, they've got a picture of the pattern that the stripes will make. So we are really.
That is so bright and beautiful. Look at
I know,
this.
that's
Look at
the-
how this knits up.
It's a rainbow, and this is.
And it comes with a stitch marker.
Yeah, all of their stuff comes with a stitch marker.
It's really
Isn't that
nice.
cute?
And this colorway is
Okay, so you
Signore
say.
is still in stock.
Signore.
Yeah, one of those is still in stock. The other one isn't, but here it is in a hat.
Oh, yes. A finished hat in that same one.
Oh yeah, I made a scarf.
Oh, I love that.
That is very
So it
nice.
almost like covers up those, those little, that's so fun. Because when it stretches out, you see more of the color.
Yeah.
Love
And
that.
Yeah.
And then when
And then there's also this one that it's less bright, but also very attractive when you get it all knit
Oh,
up.
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's they do a wonderful job dyeing stuff.
yeah, they do.
I did a hat in Jamie's. I did it in I was Sith.
Yes, and this is and I have one here around here. Oh, Son of Solo, I have, which is my one Hank scarf. This is Son of Solo.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very similar to their
The
Sith
Sith.
one.
Yeah.
The Sith one I didn't think it has as much as
It doesn't have as much white in it.
Right.
It's a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love their stripes. They're very
And
very conscious of where they add.
And they're out of Seymour, Indiana. And for those of
And this
you
is-
who are Hoosiers, you'll know where Seymour is, down close to Bloomington. Those who don't know where Seymour is, it really doesn't matter, does it?
You can just go on their
You
website.
can get on their website and order, and they will send it right to you.
This is one of their shawl balls.
Yes.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it's
840.
this one is called hibiscus, and it is 840 yards. But they give you a picture on the backside of their thing, so you can see what it ends up looking like when it's knit up.
Yeah.
And they've got great
So
patterns
fun.
on Ravelry.
They do.
And they're nice ladies. They've done several trunk shows at our local yarn store, Village Yarn Company. And they're just really nice ladies, and they always have really pretty yarn to share.
And it's stocked at the Village Yarn Company.
Yes.
So you can either swing in and pick some up from
From Katie.
Katie at the Village Yarn Company, or if you're not local enough to be able to swing in, to give her a call, and she can let you know if she has it,
Yeah.
and to get it to you, or to go, that she doesn't have it and when she could get it, or if she's not going to, and just go to Brenda and Heather themselves.
Yeah.
Yes, and they
It's-
were this weekend. They were
did a
doing
virtual.
some virtual. I can't remember the name, and I was going to bring the piece of paper. I printed off the group of knitters, so we'd have another batch of people to get yarn from. My head's sweating. Sorry, too warm. See, I make them and then toss them and wear them once, and that's about it. But they're doing some of these virtual shopping things where you can't get there like going to Vogue Live. It's live on here versus not live in an auditorium. So,
Right.
Yeah.
which kind of works out.
Yeah, and I think that they introduced some new colorways.
Every so often, I think
they did it as part of that that event.
Yeah, could be. And whether they show up here. Ooh, that Cowabunga is kind of cute. Cute names, too.
Fun.
Yarn is the way. There you go. Flying Solo. My favorite, though, is Bounty Hunter Scum. It's got a
My
green
goodness.
and a gray and a yellow. It's called, Bounty Hunter Scum. So that's
Bounty
like one of
Hunter.
mine.
She finds some of the strangest names. Like,
I think she
interesting.
did. I think she looks for them on purpose.
I do.
I
and
think you're right.
yeah,
think
don't
you're
worry.
right.
There's one coming up into the future that I'm going to kind of pursue a little bit more. I'm a major Star Wars geek anyway.
Yes, you are.
So
You are. So of course, when they do their
right. And what I
Solo
want to do
and
is I
Sith
want to
and-
put on there. I'm going to embroider a little swatch that I'm going to put on the end that it's called Son of Solo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got a really cute shawl pin with 2 lightsabers being crisscrossed that I'm going to use that I got on Etsy. So that was fun.
fantastic.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And speaking of last week's, a lady
see? Mhm.
had mentioned to us, asked me about a pair of mittens that I had done and brought into the shop that had beads in them.
Oh, okay.
And so
Yeah, she was very articulate too. She said the red mittens with the beads on them.
exactly, and here they are, the red mittens, and they do have beads on them. And the pattern is called O Tanninbaum by Karen Walker. However, you might have to contact her through Heirloom Knits on Etsy.
Yeah.
And ask her about the pattern or if it's still available, because it comes up in my Ravelry, library, but it won't print out, like it's not available anymore. So, I think your name, I think it was Jen, maybe.
Jenny.
Anyway, Jenny, contact Karen Walker on Etsy, Heirloom Knits, and if she can't help you out, then contact me through Flock Around the Table, and I'll see what I can do to help you out to get you a piece of the pattern. I made it for Christmas to go with my cowl for my red.
Yes.
green. This one's sparkly. This was.
But this one's sparkly too because you put beads in it.
I put beads in it, so see it's sparkly, and you can see the beads a little bit. It was really fun. The only thing is I would do is the next time is make this a little bit bigger, and this so that this sits a little better.
You know, when you're flat like that, they can't see
I know,
you.
no, I'm working on it. I'm a flat person, see, because there's not much girth to me. See, like they're very short, and the thumb's small, and you can't. At first, you don't notice it's the tree, but like when you're paying at the counter, everybody's like, "Oh, look, that's so crisp! Wow, how did you do that?" Well, I just threaded the beads on and carried the yarn up, and it was, they get really jazzed with stuff like that. It was fun. Okay, got that. And
I was going to say, yeah,
Wow.
you actually, you have a
Not complete.
No, not totally complete.
It hasn't been blocked either, has it?
No, it needs to be blocked aggressively. But, ta-da!
Yay!
My Stephen West hat is done.
Awesome.
Isn't that cool?
And I noticed that you fixed your error, the error of your ways.
The error of my ways. And remember, I did mention it a couple weeks ago that I said all of a sudden I had an error. Well, that row was where I had done it correctly.
You figured out that you had done it correctly.
Okay. But then this totally picked up and went wrong the rest of it.
So guys, I just wanted to I pointed it out to her. I didn't realize it until I rewatched the video and I was putting in the links. So the Stephen West link took me to his hat, and I looked at it, and then I'm looking at the video and I'm like, Deb, you're doing the pattern wrong. Like the bricks are staggered like this.
Yes, right.
They're not one right on top of each other. So I messaged her and I said,
and the
I
other
think
thing
you might want to reconsider that.
The other thing is because to me when it said carry the yarn along, meaning the gray, I was like making floats, right?
Yeah, you were doing it like
but it
floats.
was a little, and I wasn't getting the stretch in it, so I did go back and take the floats out and just sort of, that's what some of these ends are left because I was over it last night. But I took them out because I thought then you do get a little bit of a better stretch. I need to work a little bit on my seam.
You need to work on your floats then. You need to work on your...
And my joining here. Because sometimes I don't know if some of this will be blocked, that seam where you join in the back. When I do the helical, I don't get this line. You can tell. See, sometimes you can tell. See, here you can't tell. So
this isn't in the round?
Yes. But like when you...
Then why do you have a...
Like when I pick up, I'm carrying the gray behind it. See? I'm carrying the yarn up it. Anyway.
So you're carrying it too tightly.
Yeah, I think I'm carrying it too tightly going up.
Well, because you're a tight person anyway.
I'm a tight ass.
You are. You are a tight ass.
It's a great hat.
For color work, you really do have to be cautiously loose.
You do.
To make sure that you retain that stretch.
So I have black. Remember, I bought black from Stephen West. And here is my neon that I ordered from England to go with that to make the hat
So
which
now
I think
you're
is
going to
be
make
so
another
fun.
one?
I'm going to
in
make
the
another
neon?
one in
With
the
black
neon.
and neon?
With the black and the neon. That's what it was bought for.
And you can wear that with your shoes that you got in
Yeah.
Asheville.
I got these really cool shoes, and they light up, and they don't just light up. I mean, they like will do a whole pattern around, and they sparkle, and they change colors. They are the most amazing things. Except I think my niece still has them, but she says she doesn't. But I think she still does because I don't have them. So
We may have to go back and get you another
might
pair.
have to get on to Asheville and figure out about that. That was a fun place to go. So
Yeah, that was, what was the...
so stay tuned. You'll get to see. You'll see me coming, and we won't even be recording.
It's a cautionary tale.
Well, when I'm wearing the brights like that.
Well, honey, I can see you coming anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So,
Okay.
So
all right.
what
So
has-
that's it.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I got nothing. I mean, I knitted. I was working on a shawl this week, and then I took it out and I started it again. And then last night I had about this much going, and I was really unhappy with it, so I tore it apart, and it's now just in 2 separate balls in a bag. So I got nothing. I've got some things that I snagged at the yarn shop.
Mm.
You'd like to see those?
Sure.
Okay.
I didn't start anything when I finished the hat either. I have some things that need to be. I have to like sew the pom poms back on and the hat that I've blocked, and I have a couple things to Kitchener together that I just need to sit down and do. Oh, look at that!
This is, and I'll read you the
Lovely.
tag. I
Oh.
stole this from the yarn shop.
She didn't steal it.
Katie, hi
I'll give
Katie.
it back. Hi, Katie.
Katie is
And this
borrowed it.
says Blakefield, and the it takes two skeins. It's available on Ravelry, but it's really, I just thought it was very attractive. It's an easy, it says it's easy. I'm going to give it a whirl. But you've got 2 skeins, and this yarn is
Oh, that's pretty.
called Dottie. It's by Anzula. Anzula is the dyer.
Yeah, Anzula Dottie. It
Yeah.
takes 840 yards, 2 skeins,
Mhm.
size 6 needle, difficulty easy, made by Katie. Blakefield.
This is pretty.
It's
Yeah.
$6 on Ravelry. It's nice because you've got the knit and then you've got stockinette here,
Yeah,
which kind of makes this pop so
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The,
it's nice. Very nice.
and
Nice
then-
job, Katie.
Cool.
And then I snagged a couple of these. These are the Anzula Dottie yarn skeins, and I snagged a purple and a teal. And the
But
deal.
that's not right in your wheelhouse or anything, is it? You didn't pick up those 2 colors for any particular reason.
Gee.
I just happenstance.
Oh, and they got little bumps
Because
on
if it were to have been me, it would have been like pink,
Pink,
and
I know.
and some
Oh,
other
and
color.
it's got little nubby type.
Yeah, they have
things.
little black nubbies in it.
Oh.
And I may just go back and what I've done is borrowed the yarn from Katie
To
with
show
the
you.
intention of bringing it back to her, but I may go in and just pay her for it because. But of course, I've got this whole coffee table full of yarn. You'd think that I could find something in that mess to knit with.
We also have the stash here that we've taken over Sue's
Oh,
house.
I know. Yes,
Yeah.
we brought all of our. A lot of our yarn is here at Sue's house. She has
It's okay. I get to go pet it every day.
she has a yarn room.
I do have a yarn room. Someday we'll take you in there so you can see.
Yeah, it's
But not right now. It's still a mess.
it. I texted Sue this week because I have been on a buying binge. It's been really quite entertaining. But I told her we're going to have to add a wing at her house because of all the yarn I bought. And I do confess, I was talking to my granddaughter, and I said, "Would you like for me to make you something?" And she wants me to make her a poncho. So we
So
went.
you have to buy yarn for a
I
poncho
have to buy yarn.
because you don't have enough of one color.
Well, I don't have the weight.
Oh,
because it needed worsted. Yeah,
or-
and I don't have
Okay.
worsted. And so she picked out
I do have some worsted.
See,
this is a
I'm
pumpkin-y,
Oh, I don't have that color.
and we'll see. And anyway, she picked out the pattern. She picked out the yarn.
Okay.
I ordered it, so even more yarn is coming to my house.
Oh.
When it explodes, it'll be soft.
Yeah. Well, poof, and you'll have, you
Yeah.
know.
Yes, if there ever an explosion at my house, nobody will be injured because the shrapnel will be yarn.
Yarn. There you go. Might get all tangled.
Oh
But
God, I hope
You
not.
wouldn't be standing there like this going, what happened? What happened? What happened?
Well, I fully intend to have this completed probably today.
Yeah.
Because I just have the crown to go. But then I have a few projects that are in purgatory that need to
Come out.
be resurrected, I
Like
think.
what?
I have that blue silk scarf that's in purgatory. That is that Malabrigo. It's Malabrigo silk.
Boy, I'm drawing a blank.
Well, it's because it's been in purgatory for a long time.
I can't even remember what I've got, so it's okay.
And I have another one that, yeah, I have a few. We all have a few that are in purgatory
We all
or
do
in
have that
perpetual
anyway.
timeout.
Right.
That, yeah, I think they may be resurrected, so I can free up another yarn bag or two.
Oh, project bag type thing?
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
think I have a few that I've done that I keep saying I'm either going to take them apart or just send them on their merry little way with the description that leave them in the bag with that yarn and say, here, Goodwill, donate it with the pattern and stuff. The only thing is I do need to take the needles back, and you know what I mean, because I
Oh yeah, I'm not
Well,
on
you
needles.
can put a lifeline in it.
that's what I figured
and
I'd
put
do.
a little tag on it, size
Say
6
what's
needle
needle
and
and-
40-inch.
Yeah,
and,
that's what I
you
thought
know.
I would do, and then they could sell
And
it as a
depending
whole
on the
project.
project bag, I may put it into a
Plastic
Ziploc?
Ziploc bag
Okay.
to donate it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I mean, you are the bag lady, so you probably would have a bag or
Yeah.
two that could be donated.
So now I cut out a whole bunch and I got quite a few to get ready and to design and to work on, but now my embroidery machine has picked up an attitude. So we had a bit of an argument after I did my friend's sweatshirt. Her son was going to law school at IU, and so I made him a sweatshirt. They were down there visiting, and of course this guy was wearing this t-shirt that was probably about 15 years old that they had given away as a promotion for the law school, like
Oh,
and
yeah.
it said Indiana law on it, you
Yeah.
know. And so he was like, oh, and she said they spent the entire afternoon instead of looking for a place to live, they went looking for this t-shirt in every shop that they could think of in Champaign. In Bloomington, Indiana. And so she says, do you think you could do it? And I said, sure, I can give it a try. And just at the t-shirt I bought, for some reason it went shifted, causing the top of the t-shirt, because you put it on flat, and then the t-shirt kind of, put the outside of the hoop, you put a hoop around it, came down, perfect stitching, except right at the corner, right in the last like 15, 20 stitches, and they're like teeny tiny, maybe 200. There's a whole bunch of the t-shirt stuck in the middle of the design. So you can't wear it. Couldn't get it apart, couldn't get it on the machine. I was so mad at that
Oh,
machine.
jeez.
My machines are very codependent anyway. You have to sit there. Like a friend of mine,
Codependent.
a friend of mine, she like sets it to stitch and she goes off and she bakes a cake, and then she comes back, she changes the thread and she goes off and does something else. If I leave, it goes, and then I come back and there's like 2 stitches. So then I rethread it and I start over and I sit there. 5 minutes later, it's still doing great. 5 minutes later, still doing great. I get up to go and all of a sudden, and I'm like, son of a... So now I sit and knit. Codependent. Just doesn't like to be by itself. So now I was kind of ticked that it did that to my $4 t-shirt that I got at Walmart. Because I was going to give that as a nice present. It was a sweatshirt because, but then I thought it's still going to be hot in August when he goes down there to school because, they go back pretty soon.
Well, I know
So it's going to be hot. And I thought, it's
Are they going?
IU's going back. He's down there. You mean the law school's in down there.
because Grant, my son Grant works for IU, and
Or maybe it was just a way to get out of Indy and move into an apartment in Bloomington. So
well,
they could
yeah,
party.
I don't know what I bet they're doing some distance learning for the lectures,
Okay.
but and I know they're taking a huge winter break, like 6 weeks.
My niece goes back to Xavier on Friday, and they have scheduled move-in times in the dorms. Now, she's off campus, so I don't really know for sure, but I think the complex is like this building is from 10 to 12, this building, okay. So she's going back, and they don't get a break until Thanksgiving. They get to come home for a very couple of days. Then finals should all be online afterwards, I think she said. And then, so they won't be coming back, and then they don't go back until January, and they're going to play that by ear. That hasn't been like set.
Yeah, it sounds similar to what Grant's been telling me about IU.
Yeah.
I know that my grandchildren are not going back to school this fall. They've decided to do the distance learning again, and they're both.
This is really pretty.
Go on.
And they're both kind of bummed out because they've not been able to hang out with their friends. And to be honest, they tend to do better when they are in a classroom where they can ask questions and listen to other kids ask questions.
Because they might get an answer to another question. That they didn't know.
Like I don't have to ask the question because you asked the question,
Right.
but I still can pay attention and learn. And it just,
I love this era look.
and I really have mixed emotions. I'm more concerned about their health than their education at this point. So that it's not my decision to make, and I totally trust my daughter-in-law and my son to make the right decision for the children. So,
Well, that's good because you had part of the hand in of raising half of that. At least.
I raised my son, yes, and I did an excellent job because
Right,
he's a
of course.
wonderful human being.
Of course you did.
And he picked a girl that I really, really love. So
That's really good.
he said to me, "Well, Mom, I had to pick someone that could stand up to you," and I said, "Okay." And
I picked the right color today.
you did.
You
look
did. This
festive.
looks
I
really
did
good.
pick the right color.
Oh, I thought the blue is also, it's all the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't, at first I didn't notice that until Sue
Yeah,
put
it's
it
kind
on.
of tweedy. It has a tweedy sort of effect to it because
Yeah.
it has little black speckles,
Yeah,
random speckles throughout.
really
Not
nicely done.
speckles like flecks of yarn. I don't want to say speckles because it's
No,
not
it's not
dye.
sparkle.
No.
It's not a dye. It's not like a speckled dye.
And this
It's
is, I've
little flecks
seen
of
the
yarn in
lady from Anzula interviewed by Christy Glass, which, I don't know, that always impresses me. If Christy's interviewing, they must be, somebody special. So,
Hand dyed in Fresno, California. Huh.
Yep.
The name Anzula, I was thinking it was probably South American or something,
no, and she even talked about where the name came from. And I won't even try to repeat. But Christy Glass has got an interview with this lady, and you can find out why she named the yarn company Anzula. It's interesting.
Okay.
So,
And maybe in the future we might have more information about it. Because
yeah, we may.
I've been, like I said, crazy names like Son of Solo and I still think in Bounty Hunter Scum that finding cool names is just the best. And I still think we need to do the one with slimy sludge.
slimy sludge.
I
Oh,
think
that was that green.
Grinch.
Yeah, it was that
It was
Grinch.
Grinch. I think it's
and it's
three
slimy.
in the room, isn't
It
it?
might
But she
even be-
wants to call
I
it
wanna
slimy
call it
sludge.
sludge.
Well, you can
sludge.
call it that. The
Yeah.
Dyer didn't, but you
Yeah.
can call it
You
that.
can call
Okay, I can call
You
it.
can-
I can name my.
You can design something and call it slimy sludge.
Right.
And make it with the Grinch.
I'll put that right on my to-do list along with. Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
dyeing yarn is one more thing we need to be messing
No,
with.
it isn't so much the dyeing of the yarn. For me, it's just
The
getting
naming?
going. It's just getting going. I mean, I have to admit, I love this hat because, like I said, every project I finish, even every little bag, every little thing, is like my most favorite I've ever done in my entire life. When it's finished, I'm like, this is like the coolest hat, and I want to make 82 of them. But
You'll get better at each one
Yeah,
as
you
you
do.
go.
the only thing is this one is supposed to have 6 inches and then a
Oh,
fold.
you
of
yeah, I
three.
remember you said that.
Well, he does call for 6 inches.
Yeah. So I think, and I only did 3 inches, and I folded up, and I think 1.5 inches for me would be fine.
Otherwise, we're
because-
down to here.
But see, I
have a baby
think
head.
what he's thinking of is when you fold it to have enough in a guy's head
Yeah, see,
to cover your complete ear. So
Right.
and
And
see,
since-
Jamie.
And guys probably don't have the heating system like women.
Sure,
of-
you and I
of,
have
yeah,
the
like you
internal.
have.
Yeah, see, so I'm constantly on the warm side anyway. So right now I'm like, as you can
I
see,
think
there's
the-
heavily sweat.
I think the brim of a hat is up for interpretation.
Yeah, I think so too. So
Totally
I
up
may,
for
on this
interpretation.
one, I may go because
Did you
I did
find?
my 1.5 inches.
Did you find? Did you find black yarn?
Yes, I bought the tandem from Stephen West, and this is
Maybe
DK,
I'll
and
try.
they
I have
have
not
it.
been able to find black yarn, and I checked with Katie, and she didn't have any.
Yeah.
In fingering?
In fingering.
Now this is DK,
I have
but
black
I
in
would
fingering.
imagine
Do we? Do you?
I
we'll
do.
have to see. Anyway,
Well, it's
okay.
some of the yarn that's living on my coffee table needs black yarn to go with it.
Mhm.
But I don't need it right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's
I understand.
very comfortable on my coffee table. That's why when the cleaning lady comes in, she looks at that table and kind of goes, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
I got black yarn the last time leading men were down because I do a lot of fingering weight hats because they fit in my purse.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times because I work with all guys.
Right.
So a lot of times
Yeah, you've made a lot.
I just give them to the guys. And so
Mm-hmm.
the idea of the brim being in a dark color to me, even if you're doing
Mm-hmm.
red or dark blue or something like that on the top, it
This-
appealed,
yeah,
it appealed to me.
right.
It appealed to me because I knew the guys would appreciate it more,
Mm-hmm.
especially the ethnic diverse group that we have.
Sure.
Yeah.
They tend to wear black and blue a lot.
I was laughing at my grandson because as I was talking to my granddaughter about, do you want me to make you something? And she was like all over it. And I said to Ryan, do you want me to make you something? And he said, you made me a hat. And I said, yes, but I could make you something else. If you want me to make you another hat or a scarf. And he said, Grandma, I wear the hat. I don't need another one. So
My
that's
niece
the
is
boy.
very
See,
similar
the
to
guys,
that too.
the guys at my shop, I usually don't have any one specific in mind when I'm making it.
Just kind of
I
like
just kinda
just
hold
when
it
it's
up and-
done, and I usually have a hat or two in my drawer, and in the wintertime when somebody comes in and they'll complain about being cold or they'll say something about they forgot their hat or whatnot, I just hand them a
Yeah.
hat. I just hand them a hat.
You're a
Now
good-
I did do Jordan specifically.
sure.
I
sure.
did do his specifically.
Yeah.
And then we had I should say he's still with us, but he had dreads down to his waist at
Oh,
least.
my.
And so I had to design a hat for him.
Yeah.
To get his.
And I did it so that it was open
Mm-hmm.
and you could drawstring it. I did a couple of hats for him.
Yeah.
And now he shaved his dreads off.
Oh,
so
wow.
he is like
Teeny.
he's
yeah.
like super short. So
Yeah.
he's like, my hats are too big for my head. Can you make me a new one? And I'm like, of course I can.
That's cool. That'll be nice.
But his nickname is Smurf, so I have to do it in
Green.
Yellow.
blue.
Blue.
Smurf.
Oh, never mind.
Smurf.
Oh, Smurf. No, I'm
Blue.
thinking
Blue and white.
SpongeBob. Yellow is
Man,
SpongeBob.
blue and white. Blue and
So
white.
on
I'm
that
thinking of
note,
Grinch, I guess.
We're
I don't
getting
know.
a little confused here. So
Yeah,
okay.
that must mean that we need more coffee.
Yeah,
so
we do.
Yeah.
And it's we've been battling at you for quite a while.
we have been babbling.
So anyway, number 7 is drawing to a close, and we hope you all have a good week. Visit Village Yarn Shop. Tell everybody all
Village
about
Yarn
us.
Company.
Yeah, that's it.
Village Yarn
And
Company.
she's
check
just
out-
testing to see if she was listening to me,
Right.
because sometimes she fades me out.
And check out Ba online. It's
Brenda and Heather.
BAH.com
Brenda.
is
I'll
their
put the
website.
link below.
Yes, because they got wonderful yarns that we're spoiled because we can get it in our local yarn shop pretty easily. So,
Well, we were spoiled too, because she did a trunk show
and she does it pretty regularly there.
and they're very good about doing
Oh
the
my
ones
gosh.
all locally. And this Anzula is
Ugh.
It's
it's probably an ugly face, but it's.
I love it.
I may not
Okay,
get that
yeah.
back from her.
Katie will get it to you sometime.
Yeah, Katie.
All right.
Hang in.
Anyway,
All right.
take care.
Hasta la
Adios.
vista, baby.
Stay healthy.
Subscribe and like. You know all that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And if Sue gets bored this week, she'll fill you in.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
What is that hand? What's that hands that people
It's
do?
the hit the button.
Oh,